Good evening, everybody, and welcome. I'm Ken Moore, the Frederick P. Rose Curator of Musical Instruments, and I have the honor tonight of doing the introductions. Tonight, the Metropolitan Museum's Concerts and Lectures Department presents a wonderful program in conjunction with the exhibition Early American Guitars, the Instruments of C.F. Martin, up in our galleries on the second floor. Thank you. I'm glad you're applauding, as is my colleague Jason Dobney, who we sometimes call the guitar guy, who organized the exhibition. It's up till December 7th and is sponsored by the Martin Guitar Company. Tonight, I really do feel honored in introducing an artist who has been acclaimed by photographer Annie Leibovitz, who we have in our collection here, as an American master. And she certainly is. As you know, Rosanne Cash is a critically acclaimed songwriter, author, singer, Grammy Award winner, author of children's books, articles, and she's also a philanthropist, championing children's causes and helping to open the Johnny Cash Boyhood Home. Recently, she's been busy and has released a new album called The River and the Thread. Go ahead. Joining her this evening is John Leventhal, Larry Campbell, and standing in for Wayne Henderson, who has been plagued by flight delays, is a wonderful and flexible performer, Julian Lage, who has performed here several times. So, with that, please give a rousing hand for Rosanne Cash.
Thank you. Well, welcome to this special concert to celebrate the Early American Guitars exhibit, the instruments of C.F. Martin, and my own family relationship with Martin guitars. I was approached by the museum well over a year ago, and they laid out the calendar to me for the next 2 years, and they said, just choose an exhibit and make a show around it. And I saw the Early American Guitars exhibit, and I said, that one. And that was it. I didn't think about doing anything else. In my family, guitars are the vehicles of love, relationship, travel, rhythm, melody, and language. They are part of the currency of our conversation. And when words fail, we pick up a guitar. When someone goes on a trip, there's a melody for the departure. When we fall in love, there are 6 strings that can bring it out from the heart. And there are words to go with it. And when someone leaves permanently, they leave their guitars behind. The curved outline of an acoustic guitar holds almost mythic power to me, and speaks on its own of love, family, travel, rhythm, and more, mystery, healing, and the soul. There's no image that moves me more than this. From earliest childhood, the sight of a lone figure with a guitar seared me with its wrenching beauty. Most people, when they see a guitar, they see the beauty of the lines and the sheen of the wood. I see a life, my own and the people I love. It was inevitable that I would marry a guitar player, John Leventhal, who's not only one of the greatest musicians I've known, but who makes my deep feelings about guitar seem anecdotal. He said to me, honey, after you and the kids, there are only guitars. I think that's good. At any given moment, there are 6 to 8 guitars from the 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s lying around our living room. I feel like I live in an instrument locker sometimes. At the moment, my bathroom is stuffed with 12 guitars being steamed because, you know, the wood gets dry in the winter. John's love of old guitars is really boundless, and one of the greatest moments of John's life, coming in a close second behind the birth of our son, was when my dad gave him a 1939 Martin D18 for his 50th birthday. And it's up here tonight. He will show you that guitar. The instrument takes on the characteristics of its owner, but the musician is also changed by the instrument. I've seen that happen. It's happened to me. In 1996, Dick Boak, who's the director of archives and special projects for Martin, and he's here tonight, he called my dad to speak to him about perhaps creating a signature model for my dad. So my dad answers the phone, and Dick introduces himself. There was this long pause on the other end of the line, and then my dad said, "I've been waiting for this phone call my whole life." So the black D42 JC Johnny Cash model, that black guitar on the end, was introduced in 1997. 80 of these guitars were made. Tribute edition debuted in 2006, and 857 have been made of that second edition so far. My dad gave me one of the original models, number 2, just before he died, and 2 years ago I started to worry about keeping that guitar in my drafty brownstone in Chelsea, and I donated it to the Country Music Hall of Fame in Nashville. And they were delighted, to say the least. And this particular guitar belongs to my brother, and he sent it to the Met just for this show tonight. So in 2007, I received a call from Dick Boak. Martin wanted to make a Rosanne Cash signature model. I know. I had a reaction similar to my dad's. I had been waiting for that phone call. I was so thrilled. So John and I spent the next several months designing the guitar. I didn't want a dreadnought, which is the size of the black guitar, but thought something scaled to my size would feel better. So we chose an OM28, which is an orchestra model, a little smaller than that. I had recently seen this photo of Loretta Lynn. She was wearing, from the 60s, and she was wearing a white fringed leather cowgirl suit with white cowboy boots and a white Telecaster strapped across her bosom. And I said, I want a white guitar. I want that. So we chose white Adirondack spruce. Where is my guitar? There it is. And it was white. It's now turning this gorgeous butter color. So I told John when we were designing it, I want lots of mother of pearl and abalone and all this girly, girly, girly stuff all over it. And he just talked me off the ledge and said, simple, clean, elegant, little trim, okay. But I had my name put between the 19th and 20th frets, and I asked Martin if they would put a rose in the headstock, because everybody calls me Rose. So we obsessed over the rose, pictures of roses back and forth with Dick, you know, which rose it's going to be. So they put this beautiful little rose in the headstock. And when the guitar was unveiled, the guitar geeks freaked out because there's green in the leaves of the rose. And green has never been on a Martin guitar in history. So I'm very proud of that. So we waited about a year, and the guitar arrived, and I was really afraid of opening the case. I looked at the case for a while because of 2 possible disastrous outcomes. I would love how it looked and hated how it sounded, or vice versa. But both the appearance and the sound were, there's no other way to describe it. They were me. It was me. That guitar is me. I have not picked up another guitar to play on stage since 2008. So to be honest, remembering the details of particular guitars, the model numbers, how many frets it has, the wood configurations, that's, for me, is like remembering baseball statistics. I just don't have the head for it. But my guests, who are world-renowned musicians, do have the head for it, and they will say something about all of the guitars that are up here tonight. So before I stop talking about guitars and let you actually hear them, you heard the bad news that Wayne Henderson could not get out of the hills of Virginia to make it up, and which is disappointing because he's a luthier with a 10-year waiting list for his guitars. Fortunately, John has one of those, and he brought it tonight, and he will play that guitar. But the good news is that Julian Lage is here, and he is familiar to this stage, and I'm sure familiar to a lot of you. Amazing musician. And of course, we have Larry Campbell, another amazing musician. So I want to introduce my partner in music, crime, life, my taller half. Please welcome John Leventhal.
So many guitars. Nice.
Which guitar are you playing?
Well, this is the one your dad gave me on my 50th birthday, which just seems like yesterday, really. It's really an extraordinary guitar, and it was an incredible magic and unexpected moment when he sent it, and it came to our door. I saw UPS came with this huge case, and there was a guitar in it. It was like watching a Twilight Zone. I was like, what is this? And it really, I opened it, I saw it, I still didn't understand it. It was like somebody sent me a pre-war Martin guitar. Just couldn't even comprehend it, and so it's treasured.
And here's how it sounds. We're gonna do, we have a new record out, The River and the Thread. We're gonna do a few songs from that record to start things off. Oh, and this is my signature model. You figured that out. You saw the rose, you saw the green.
You ready?
Yeah.
Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
To Barcelona on a midnight train. Walked the streets of Paris in the pouring rain. I flew across an island in the northern sea, and I ended up in Memphis, Tennessee. I keep my head down, I keep my eyes on you. It's a big wide world with a million shades of modern blue. Everybody around here moves too fast. It feels so good, but it's never gonna last. Everything I had is twice what I knew, but I don't have nothing if I don't have you. I keep my head down, I keep my eyes on you. It's a big wide world with a million shades of modern blue. You still be there when I round the curve? Barcelona and my mind got changed. So I'm heading back to Memphis on the midnight train. I keep my head down, I keep my eyes on you. It's a big wide world. I keep my head down, I keep my eyes on you. I keep my head down, I keep my eyes on you. It's a big wide world with a million shades of water blue. Thank you. John and I wrote all the songs together on this album, except for one we wrote with my ex-husband. We were very grown up in being able to do that. But all the songs are about the South, the deep, dark, mystical South, the South where all the music we play tonight really comes from, the Delta and Appalachia. And we took a lot of trips down south while writing these songs and got inspired to write these songs. This song is about, Memphis keeps showing up a lot because I was born in Memphis. Memphis was in Modern Blue. But this song is about an area of Arkansas called the Sunken Lands. And the Sunken Lands are called that because they actually sunk during an earthquake in the early part of the 19th century. It's a very poor area of Arkansas. The Mississippi flooded the plain, and you would think it would make the soil easy to till, but it didn't. It was called gumbo soil because it was sticky and hard. The Cash family were desperately poor, settled there in 1935 in a WPA project created by FDR. 500 cottages. And each cottage came with 40 acres and a mule. And I went back to Dyess, Arkansas. I started thinking about my grandmother, raised 7 children, picked cotton, had a hard life, married to an unkind man. And I started thinking about our son is a 5th generation New Yorker on John's side. And yet 2 generations back, we were cotton farmers. The hero of this story is my grandmother, Carrie Crowell. And when they moved into the house, their brand new cottage, they said there were 5 empty cans of paint sitting on the front room of their brand new home. 5 cans of paint in the empty fields, and the dust reveals, and the children cry, the work never ends, there's not a single friend. The mud and tears melt the cotton balls. It's a heavy toll. Oh, and his words are cruel and they sting like fire, like the devil's choir. Oh, who will hold her hand in the sunken lands? she could never stay. No, her work is done in those sunken lands. There's 5 empty cans. Thank you. I should have said my daughter Carrie, who's named after Carrie Cash, is here tonight. That was for you, honey, wherever you are. This song is about Still from the River and the Thread. It's about Marshall and Etta Grant, who were married 65 years. And he was the bass player in the original Tennessee 2 with my father. So that is definitely a record for a touring musician to be married 65 years. He died in 2011, and Etta said to me that every morning of their lives they woke up and said, "What's the temperature, darling?" And I said, "What a sweet way to start the day." And John said, "That's the first line of a song."
It's the difference between the two of us. I'm a bit more mercenary, I think.
This is called Etta's tune. What's the temperature, darling? 100 or more. The horse is pawing at the dust, violets wilting by the door. But you pour your strongest coffee, and I'll take the battered wheel. We'll drive straight down the river road, spread a blanket on the hill. What's the temperature, darling? Now don't stare into the past. There was nothing we could change or fix. It was never gonna last. Now don't stare into those photos. Don't analyze my eyes. We're just a mile or two from Memphis, the rhythm of our lives. A mile or two from Memphis, I must go away. I tore up all the highways, there's nothing left to say. A mile or two from Memphis, and I finally made it home. There were days you paced the kitchen. There were nights that felt like jail. When the phone rang in the dead of night, you would always throw my bail. No, you never touched the whiskey, and you never took the pills. I traveled for 1,000,000 miles while you were standing still. What's the temperature, darling, as the daylight fades away? I'll make one last rehearsal with one foot in the grave. We kept the house on old Nokomis. We kept the polished bass guitar. We kept the tickets and the reels of tape to remember who we are. A mile or two from Memphis, I must go away. I tore up all the highways, there's nothing left to say. tattoo from Memphis, and I finally made it home. What's the temperature, darling?
You have to make sure this is
Thank you. Thank you. Guitar sounds pretty good.
That was a guitar built by Wayne, by the way. He couldn't be here in person, but that is his guitar, and it's a good one.
This song is from Black Cadillac, my record Black Cadillac. This is, oh, I'm playing on this. Yeah. I guess I should play on it. He's telling me to tune.
No, I was actually telling you I'm tuned.
Okay. I'm the sparrow on the roof. I'm the list of everyone I have to lose. I'm the rainbow in the dirt. I am who I was and how much I can hurt. And I will look for you in stories of the kings, westward leading, still proceeding to the world unseen. I'm the mirror in the hall. From your empty room, I can hear it fall. Now that we must live apart, I have a lock of hair in one half of my heart, and I will look for you between the grooves of songs we sing, westward leading, still proceeding to the world unseen. wrapped in winter, laid beneath the ground. You must be somewhere in the stars, 'cause from a distance comes the sound of your guitar. And I will look for you in Memphis and the miles between. I will look for you in morphine and in dreams. I will look for you in the rhythm of my bloodstream. Westward leading, still proceeding to the world unseen. John Leventhal.
That was a lot more notes than you usually play.
Thank you.
My wife just accused me of overplaying.
No, I.
Oh, it's good. I did
No,
overplay a little.
I said it in a nice way.
You did. You did.
I said that was a lot of notes.
You know, I'll let it out a little bit. You're right.
Yeah, hot dogging it a little bit. Got some guys backstage listening to
Yeah,
you.
you know. Yeah, like two great guitar players.
My last record before this one was called The List, and I want to do one song from that record. This song is it's a centerpiece of American roots music. "10 years ago, on a cold, dark night, there was someone killed neath the town hall light. There were few at the scene, but they all did agree that the slayer who ran looked a lot like me. Judge said, son, what is your alibi? If you were somewhere else, then you won't have to die. I spoke not a word, though it meant my life, for I'd been in the arms of my best friend's wife. She walks these hills in a long black veil. She visits my grave when the night winds wail. Nobody knows, nobody sees Nobody knows but me. The scaffold is high and eternity near. She stood in the crowd and shed not a tear. But sometimes at night, when the cold wind moans in a long black veil, she cries on my bones. She walks these hills in a long black veil. She visits my grave when the night winds wail. Nobody knows, nobody sees, nobody knows but me. Nobody knows, nobody sees, nobody knows but me. Thank you. You just don't hear the word scaffold in popular music that much. You know, Top 40 radio, I never hear the word scaffold. Should bring it back. I want to introduce someone to you who, he's a friend of mine and John's for many, many years, and he's played with everyone from Bob Dylan, Paul Simon, to me, and some everybody, and he's a multi-instrumentalist, superbly talented and gifted, Mr. Larry Campbell. I'll turn it over to Larry for a minute there.
Good evening. So this beautiful guitar is a Martin II. It's a new one, though relatively new. It's one of two, actually. It's the signature Jorma Kaukonen model. And Jorma, who's a very dear friend of mine, and he, there were two of these made with this particular finish on it, and he got one, I got the other one. And this is based on an OM model that David Bromberg owned. Now I'm not real smart about this stuff, but Martin was making archtop guitars at one point, archtops with F-holes, and somebody started taking those archtops off and putting the flat top on it, and that's how it became the O model. It's something like
M model.
M.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. And Bromberg had one of those. Jorma fell in love with it and talked to Dick Boak, and they made this one. They made the normal one of this has just a regular spruce finish on it. And anyway, I love it. Here's a tune. It's from the ancient Celtic harpist O'Carolan, who has written some of the most beautiful melodies I've ever heard, and this is called Blind Mary. Thank you.
I could have done that.
Wow. That could have made Blind Mary see again, I think.
Larry's going to play with us on this song, another song from The River and the Thread. This was the only song on the album that I had completed the lyrics and I gave to John, and he wrote the melody to. The rest of them I had written part, he had written part. But I wanted to write a lyric about a place I'd never been, and I'd never been to Mobile, Alabama. So I looked it up on the internet, and it must be hot, must be steamy. Are there magnolia trees? Are there Civil War battlefields? And then I saw this couple wandering around this big old house, and I gave the lyrics to John, and he wrote this melody that kind of harkens back to Stephen Foster. This is called Night School.
Mobile like a mystery town, water, heat, and moon, steam on the magnolia trees, never-ending rooms. What happened to that other life we thought we lived, we too? We traveled like spies in paradise. At the time it felt so true. In night school, in night school. What about this big old house? Tell me all the news. What became of all those years? Whatever will we do? Yeah, Mobile is a mystery town, water, heat, and moon, and steam lies on the battlefields, and all I see is you. In night school, in night school. The hungry ghosts still tap the walls where once there was a door. I've given everything to them, still they wanted more. Yeah, steam lies on the window panes. We acted like such fools, but I'd give everything to be lying next to you in night school, in night school.
Thank you. We're going to all switch guitars.
Yeah, too many darn guitars. Huh?
What do you have dialed up for us
Well,
here?
this, as I mentioned, is Wayne's guitar, which is, I should say...
Wayne Henderson.
Wayne Henderson. We're sorry we couldn't make it, although we're thrilled Julian's here. But Wayne actually paid Roseanne and I to play at his festival last summer with this guitar. So I can't pay you, but I'll build you a guitar. I was like,
We said, okay.
sounds good.
This is one more song from The River and the Thread. I'd always wanted to write a ballad in the narrative tradition of great Appalachian or Celtic ballads, and particularly war history songs always interested me. And John and Rodney Crowell, my ex-husband, Carrie's father, had written this great song with this melody that sounded like these narrative ballads. And my ears perked up when I heard it. I said, "Can I have that?" And they said, "No, it's for Emmylou Harris." So I said, damn. So a year went by. Emmylou hadn't recorded the song. I said, "Can I have it now?" They said, "No, we're going to wait and see if she records it." So
Oh, we said it nicely.
right. So she decided not to record it, and at the same time, our son was doing an 8th grade project on the Civil War. And I said, "You know, you have Cash ancestors on both sides of the Civil War. There were Confederate and Union soldiers." And I went on the Civil War database to show him, and there was a picture of William Cash. And there aren't that many pictures on the Civil War database, so it was quite chilling. So I asked Rodney, would he rewrite the lyrics to that melody as a Civil War ballad? And he said, "I can do that." And I looked up a woman in my ancestry who would have been around 20 years old at the start of the Civil War, and I found Marianne Cash. So I put William and Marianne together. This is called "When the Master Calls the Roll." Girl with hair of flaming red, seeking perfect lover, for to lie down on her feather bed, solve secrets to uncover. Must be gentle, must be strong, with disposition sunny, just as faithful as the day is long, and careful with his money. And so the open letter read, the newsboy did deliver. 3 months later plans were made to wed down by the King James River. Lo, the season may come, lo, the season may go, what love is joined together will forever be made whole. When the master calls the roll. Oh, my darling William Lee, take me to the altar. I don't have strength to watch you as you leave, but my love will never falter. Oh, my darling Marianne, the march to war is calling. Somewhere far across these southern lands are bands of brothers falling. My tender bride, the tides demand that I leave you with your mother, with my father's rifle in one hand and your locket in the other. Lo, the season may come, lo, the season may go, beware the storm clouds gather
Take heed, dear mortal soul, when the master calls the roll. Can this union be preserved? The soldier boy was crying. I will never travel back to her, but not for lack of trying. It's the love of one true-hearted lass made the boy a hero, but a rifle ball and a cannon blast cut him down to zero. Oh, Virginia, whence I came, I'll see you when I'm younger, and I'll know you by your hills again, this time from 6 feet under. Lo, the season may come, lo, the season may go. What man is torn asunder will someday be made whole. When the master calls a roll, though the storm clouds gather, let the union be made whole. When the master calls a roll.
It's Larry Campbell on fiddle. Thank you. That's a heartbreaker. There's no way around it. Larry, why don't you do something for us?
All right, speaking of heartbreakers.
I've known Larry for a long time. Yes, you're about to tell me something?
Yeah, Johnny's one of my oldest friends.
Are we done there? We're good, right? Sorry, Larry.
Not at all, John.
Larry was one of the first musicians I met when I moved to New York City 35 years ago.
Woo.
He was already here. Already great.
I was only 5 years old.
Oh, Larry, I'm so close. Hold on. Okay.
Here's a tune from that great romantic singer, old Blind Blake. All my life I've been a traveling man. All my life I've been a traveling man. Staying alone and doing the best I can. I ship my trunk down to Tennessee. I ship my trunk down to Tennessee. It's hard to tell about a man like me. a girl, couldn't get her off my mind. I met a gal, couldn't get her off my mind. She passed me up, said she don't like my kind. I'm scared to bother around her house at night. I'm scared to bother around her house at night. She got a police dog, it's craving for a fight. When he gets a chance. His name is Rambling when he gets a chance. He leaves his mark on everybody's plan.
Something. I'm playing with Larry.
I guess I'll travel, guess I'll let her be. I guess I'll travel, guess I'll let her be. Before she sicks her police dog on me.
Sexy. I mean, you see why it all gets us going. Are we gonna do this?
Yelling at my future son-in-law.
All right. So one more song from The River and the Thread. Yeah. You take a lot of excursions in your 20s and a lot of left turns, create a lot of escape routes, find out who you aren't. And then later on, sometimes it seems like you've just been taken the long way home.
Dark highways and the country roads don't scare you like they did. The woods and winds now welcome you to the places you once hid. You grew up and you moved away across a foreign sea, and what was left was what was kept, was what you gave to me. You thought you'd left it all behind. You thought you'd up and gone, but all you did was figure out how to take take the long way home. The southern rain was heavy, almost heavy as your heart. A cavalcade of strangers came to tear your worlds apart. The bells of old St. Mary's, now the clanging of Charcoal Hill. And you took the old religion from the woman on the hill. You thought you'd left it all behind. You thought you'd up and gone. And all you did was figure out how to take the long way home. You thought you'd left it all behind. You thought you'd up and gone. And all you did was figure out how to take the long way home. Long way home.
Nice one.
Thank you. I think you've waited long enough. Please welcome Julian Lage.
Thank you all very much.
See?
Amazing. Thank you. Thank you. It's a good song. It's a good song.
Hey man, I'm glad you answered the phone when I called this morning.
I have to tell you, Julian, we just found out Wayne couldn't make it, so John called Julian this morning.
Called him at like 10:30
He was
this
in
morning.
Pennsylvania. He came into the city. He has another show tonight in Brooklyn at 10 o'clock, and he still came.
Thank you.
Thank you. Show us something else, my friend.
Yeah, that's okay. What else you got? Let's see if you
Julian Lage. Wow, there must have been a sale at Barney's when they were teaching that, because I didn't get that. I was out. It is an 1897.
We're going to
Martin,
do
what they
a
call
Carter
parlor
family
guitar.
song together.
Small, the ladies sat in the parlors and played it. No gentlemen too, but it was
Just
nice
before my
size for the
dad
ladies.
died, he gave me this guitar.
And it has this very
This is,
sweet, round,
he
not
had
very
received it
loud
from
sound,
Mother
which you
Maybelle
would imagine
Carter.
from looking at it.
And it is an
And
1897
this today is
Martin,
the first time it's
what they
ever
call
left
parlor
my
guitar.
house since I received
Small,
it.
the
I was
ladies
too
sat
worried
in the
about taking
parlors
it
and
out,
played
but
it.
no gentlemen.
This
too,
show
but
deserved it,
was
right?
Nice size for the ladies. And it has this very sweet, round, not very loud sound, much as you would imagine from looking at it. And this today is the first time it's ever left
gonna-
my house.
are you going to clean it
since
now?
I received it. I was too worried about
Really?
taking
Do you have
it
a
out.
Swifter?
but This show deserved it, right? This is called Bury Me Beneath the Weeping Willow.
Are you going to clean it now? Really?
Do you have a Swifter?
All right, this is called Bury Me Beneath the Weeping Willow. My heart is sad and I'm in sorrow for the only one I love. When shall I see him? Oh, no, never, till we meet in heaven above. Oh, bury me beneath the willow, under the weeping willow tree, so he may know where I am sleeping, and perhaps he'll weep for me. He told me that he did not love me. I could not believe it was true until an angel softly whispered, he has proven untrue to you. Oh, bury me beneath the willow, under the weeping willow tree, so he may know where I am sleeping, and perhaps he'll weep for me. Tomorrow was our wedding day, but Lord, oh Lord, where is he? He's gone to seek him another bride, and he cares no more for me. Oh, bury me beneath the willow, under the weeping willow tree, so he may know where I No, we're not, because that's the only one I'm playing, the Black Mountain one. Let's do it. We're just rearranging, sorry. So I'm going to play my dad's Black Martin on this one because this is a song from The List, which my record, The List, was based on an actual list that he gave me of what he said were 100 essential country songs. So that song was on the list, and I'll play it. You know how I said that the instrument and the musician kind of become symbiotic in a way? This guitar, my dad never played up the neck. He didn't play bar chords. He was like a strict meat and potatoes rhythm guy. And this guitar has that feel to it. It's a muscular rhythm guitar. You probably couldn't even play anything up here on this guitar. Well, you probably could. I need a pick, Dan. I need a pick. This is a very old song. It's called Motherless Children. Sorry. Watch yourself. Thank you. Thanks. Motherless children have a hard time when the mother is gone. Motherless children have a hard time when the mother is gone. Motherless children have a hard time. There's all that weeping and all that crying. Motherless children have a hard time when the mother is gone. Father will do the best he can when the mother is gone. Father will do the best he can when the mother is gone. Father will do the best he can. There's so many things he just don't understand. Motherless children have a hard time when the mother is gone. Say your sister will do when the mother is gone. People say your sister will do when the mother is gone. People say your sister will do. She'll get married, turn her back on you. Motherless children have a hard time when the mother is gone. Friends won't treat you like your mother will when your mother is gone. Friends won't treat you like your mother will when your mother is gone. Friends will tell you what to do, then they'll turn their back on you. Motherless children have a hard time when the mother is gone. Thank you.
That was some rock and roll there.
Larry, do you want to play the Black Martin on this one or no? Do you want to play the Black Martin on this one? Yeah. Yeah, we're going to do one of my dad's songs, so I'm asking Larry to play the Black Martin on this one. Yeah. There may be a psychic kind of block that keeps you from going up the neck, though. Or playing bar chords. No, he'd be proud you're playing it. All right.
Just doesn't work.
Peter, could I just get a touch more of my guitar on the monitor, please? That guitar is just killing me.
I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole.
All right, we're gonna venture
let's do
forth.
it.
Here we
Let's do
go.
In a little cabaret in a South Texas border town, a boy and his guitar, and the people came from all around, and all the girls from there to Austin were slipping away from home and putting jewelry in, out to take the trip to go and listen to the little dark-haired boy who played the Tennessee flat-top box they would play.
It's two New Yorkers, folks.
Well, he couldn't ride a wrangle, and he never cared to make a dime, given his guitar, and he'd be happy all the time, and all the girls from 9 to 90 were snapping fingers, tapping toes, and begging him don't stop, and hypnotized and fascinated by the little dark-haired boy who played the Tennessee flat-top box. He would play, they would play. And then one day he was gone, and no one ever saw him round, vanished like the breeze, and they forgot him in the little town. But all the girls still dreamed about him and hung around the cabaret until the doors were locked. And then one day on the hit parade were the little dark-haired boys who played the Tennessee flat-top box they would play. Who's taking it?
Julian.
Julian, it's up to you, babe.
much. It's Julian Lage. John Leventhal. Larry Campbell. Thank you so much.
Rosanne Cash.
Thank you. Thank you so much. We're going to do one quick one because Julian has a gig in Brooklyn.
It's all about Julian.
They want to know where at.
It's a place called Subculture.
Okay, they're going to be following you there. All right, we'll close with a traditional Appalachian gospel song, Appalachian roots. It's got roots in several places, so. But thank you so much, first to the Met for inviting me to do this show. It's a great honor. And for all of you for coming out, and I just have this overwhelming sense of sweetness about having all these guitars on stage. That has been really, really powerful to me. And I saw this documentary about the great director Peter Brook recently, and he said that at the beginning of a performance, an hourglass is turned over, and every grain of sand counts for both the performer and the audience. And I have to tell you, every grain of sand counted for me tonight, so thank you. I am a poor, wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world of woe, and there's no sickness, joy, or danger. This bright world to which I go, I'm going there to see my mother. I'm going there no more to roam. I'm only going over Jordan
dark clouds will gather for me. I know my way is tough and steep, but you just feels lie there before me. God's real.